unfortunately, we are going to be talking about a whole lot of injuries, especially in the MLB, because not only do they suck for the teams that they play for, they kind of suck for our fantasy teams.
That's true. That's true. But before we get into that, we're gonna go to the NHL first, and there's a lot going. Well, not a lot, but some controversial stuff going on.
Yep.
So before we get into a little bit of an overview, the referee Tim Peel.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of NHL fans heard what he said. I'm not really allowed to repeat that because it had some bad words. But what I'll say was, basically he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna call it." I said I want to call one early on Nashville. That's what he said.
That's insane.
And oh boy, he got caught in a hot mic saying it, and he has officially been banned from the NHL. He will never referee another game,
Good.
probably for any league. And yeah, good, I agree. But it just makes you wonder how many other NHL officials do you think are doing this that aren't hot mic'd at the time?
I hope not a lot. Hopefully he's the only one.
I mean, what are the chances that he's the only one, though? He's been around for a long time. He was going to retire after this season, actually. He's been around since October of 1999.
Shit, so 22
He's been
seasons?
around. He's
Something like
he's
that?
been around.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine that there's got to be some other referees out there.
Yeah.
The exact quote was they were looking over the play. He said it wasn't much, but I wanted to get an effing penalty against Nashville early. That's the exact quote.
That's so dumb. That's insane.
Now they opened an investigation, but I believe he was fired before that investigation even concluded. I mean, as he should
There's
be. Well, yeah, what investigation do you really need to?
exactly.
I
What do
mean,
we
you
need to
have the video
investigate?
right there.
What do you need to
What's there to
investigate?
investigate?
Exactly. That's
I mean,
it's depressing, honestly. It's sad.
now there has been a point brought up that apparently the game was a little rough in the beginning and he was trying to just get control of it. But I mean, I don't think it matters. You can't just call a penalty. Like you can't really just make up a penalty just because you want to get control of the game.
No.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, no.
You gotta let the players play.
Exactly. You can't as a ref be controlling the game yourselves. That's so dumb. And I don't
Yeah,
agree with that in the slightest. For any
and
major sports, I don't agree with that.
yeah. And this isn't Peel's first thing, by the way. He was actually removed from officiating a New Jersey Devils game in 2015 after being photographed at a bar drinking with a reporter. So this isn't really his first thing, but this is the first thing that really affected the
Wow.
game, and this sucks. Honestly,
That that's sad.
I'm a little shocked. I was really shocked when I heard that. Honestly, very unexpected.
That's sad for
But
a lot.
it really just makes you think. He, I think the trust for a lot of officials in the NHL is definitely damaged among players and fans. I'm sure.
Of course. It's
I don't know.
rough.
What are your thoughts in this?
Well, them not even taking 24 hours to fire him was good. I liked that.
Hmm.
He should, in my opinion, he should be banned from anything related with the NHL. He can't go to a
Yep.
game. He can't do any press conferences from now on. He can't do anything. He can't become like a rules officiator or whatever they're called. He can't be an out and out. He can't be oh my God, sorry.
I'm sure he won't be.
He can't do anything related to the
No.
NHL.
He has officially been banned.
Good.
Banned.
So
Everything's recorded nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta watch what you said.
so
We all
disappointing.
remember what happened to that Reds commentator back in the last MLB season.
Yeah, that
You don't
was.
want to end up like, well, yeah, I mean, Tim Peel did end up like him, but you know,
Hopefully, Tim Peel will be the last of any major officiating people that does some stupid stuff like that.
that's what you hope for. That is what you hope for. All right. Well, into more light news. The Buffalo Sabres are losing.
Yep, of course. Of
What
course,
else is
no.
new? And
What's
guess
the,
what, ladies and gentlemen?
what's the score of that game, by
If
the way?
it's 2-1 against the Penguins, about
Okay.
5 minutes left in the second. And if they lose this game, they officially break their franchise record for losses consecutively. How fun would that be?
Very.
Just imagine that in a 56 game shortened season, you break your consecutive loss record. Oh man, that
Think about it this way: if
yeah,
they lose tonight, that means they'll spend over a quarter of their season losing straight games. Over a quarter of their season just without a win. That's so bad.
yeah, yeah. You're right.
So bad.
And I mean, I saw a stat today. They tried to tank and about like the 2015-16 season. Everyone knows that,
Yep.
but apparently, like they're doing this team that wasn't trying to tank is doing worse than that team that was trying to tank is,
Yeah.
which is just. I'm not gonna go too much into it because we go into it every day, every week. I feel like, but they suck. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, honestly, let's just say they suck and let's just move on.
Let's move on. Anyways, not too many games today. The Senators beat the Flames, the very disappointing Flames.
Jacob
And that
Markstrom's
had,
been disappointing ever since he came back from his injury.
well, I mean, I guess so, yeah, but clearly the team around him hasn't been playing too hot. I mean, they're second to last in the division right now.
They started off so hot too.
The Flame burst, man.
Damn.
The
It burst after what, 15,
yeah.
10, 15 games?
I guess so.
Oh my
Listen,
god.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there in Calgary. I thought they might come in like second in the division, if I'm being honest this year. I think the Maple Leafs were pretty much destined to win it all at this point. Even though they are tied with the Oilers right now for points, they have played 2 less games.
Yeah.
But I still think I think that's the Maple Leafs division.
Oh, of course.
But
Absolutely.
man, the Flames just I don't know. I feel like they haven't gotten so much attention when it comes to how bad they are, but they've been bad.
Oh,
They've
absolutely.
been quite disappointing, honestly. And considering what a mediocre division they play in, I don't know.
Would you call that
I
division mediocre?
Yeah, I would.
You think?
Considering almost, I think a lot of the teams in that division have been disappointing, especially the Canucks.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. Yeah.
And they have one of the worst teams in the NHL. Not the worst, one of the worst, the Senators. And they have a Canadians team that shouldn't have won as many games as they won, but I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. And they might end up making the playoffs if the Canucks don't turn something on.
Yeah. So what are the three teams in the North Division that currently aren't in the playoffs? It's the Senators, Flames, and Canucks.
And the Nucks.
Yeah, that's crazy. The
That's right.
fact that the Canadians are doing the literal textbook definition of average and they're gonna make the playoffs is insane to me.
I mean, there's still half the season left around, roundabout, but
Yeah.
a little less than half the season, actually, but what are you going to do? Anyways, the Minnesota Wild defeated the Ducks tonight, 3-2.
Yeah.
Sabres and the Penguins, 2-1 still. And then we got the Kings and the Sharks squaring up at 10:30, and the Jets and the Nucks squaring up at 10:30. Big game for the Canucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can get themselves on a little bit of a hot
Hopefully they
streak.
could score this game. They didn't even score against Hellebuck last game.
I mean, people I feel like are kind of forgetting how good Hellebuck is because he's had a less than great season, but
I'm
he's
sorry,
still
no, he's had a bad season so far.
I wouldn't call it bad.
He's not top. I won't give him top 12.
Really?
No. Stats
No
wise,
way.
I wouldn't give him top 12.
I would. I can't think of 11 guys that have been better than him.
I can name a decent amount.
I don't think I could.
Alright.
All right, give me like at least 8 guys that have been better than him.
Alright, Tristan Jerry.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yo, okay, so you don't agree with that. Markstrom.
Uh
Who's
huh.
the Wild's goalie? Not Talbot, the other one.
The rookie,
Yeah. He's had an
uh,
alright year.
Kakkonen,
Yeah,
something
that
like that.
guy.
It's like, yeah, Cabo
Mike
Kakkonen.
Smith. I feel like Carey Price and Hellebuck have had two very similar seasons this year.
I don't think that's very fair. Hellebuck has had a below average season, but Carey Price has had a bad season.
Demko's been getting better. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but better than.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Lankinen. Bobrovsky's been getting a lot better.
Okay, but he's not better than Hellebuck this year.
See, I don't know.
He's not, dude. He's been getting better, but
Vasilevsky,
he's not.
Grubauer, Darcy Kemper, Varlamov, Tuukka Rask. I'd say Igor's better than Hellebuck.
I disagree with that one.
I don't at all.
Why?
If you look at Igor's goals allowed a game and save percentage, it's going to be better than
Okay, well, I'm
Hellebuck's.
just gonna tell you fantasy-wise. I know this doesn't, totally mean how good he is. He's the sixth ranked goalie fantasy-wise, just means he has the sixth most fantasy points for a goalie right now.
Well, that's also because he's played the most games by a goalie.
He's played 14.
He's only played 14 games.
Yeah, he's played one more game than Vincent Vanacek. Yeah, I don't think he's played the most games.
That's insane because don't the Canucks have played the most games this year by an NHL team so far?
Well, Hellebuck's not on the Canucks.
I mean the Jets.
Maybe it's possible, but
Marc-Andre Fleury.
okay. So I'll give you Fleury. Here's
Would
who
you
I'd
give
say
would
is
you
better
would you
than
give me
Hellebuck
James
this year.
Reimer or no? Probably
No,
not.
I wouldn't give you a lot of guys that you said.
What about Korpisalo?
Nope. Nope.
I don't know. In my
Tristan
opinion, I
Jarry
don't
is
know.
no way been better. James Reimer,
This is one
no.
of his
Bobrovsky,
worst seasons
no.
in a while. Let's just put it at that. Let's just leave it at that.
That's fine, but he's still a top 10 goalie this year. And if we're calling it one of his worst seasons in a while and he's still top 10, I'd say he's pretty damn good.
I mean, goalies have been really depressing this year.
Yeah, unless your name is Andrei Vasilevsky.
True. Or Philip
All right,
Grubauer.
all right. Yeah, or Philip Grubauer, but well, he kind of came out of nowhere in my opinion.
That's
He's always
true.
been good, but
No, but
never
he's a
like
top
elite.
5 goalie this year,
Oh yeah,
and that's without a doubt.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I like to see though?
What would you like to say?
Well, you might not like to see it, but I kind of do like to see it, and I really don't know why, but it's just refreshing. I like to see the Islanders in first place in the East. That's where they're sitting right now. And I'm not a Rangers fan, so it doesn't bother me, but I don't know, it's just kind of refreshing to see the
I mean, they're
Islanders
sitting
up
there
there.
right now, but the Capitals do have 2 games on them.
That's fine, but you know,
I don't know. They're
the
gonna have to,
Islanders also.
they're gonna have to finish the season out very strong to come in first place. Like
I mean,
insanely
the
strong.
whole season's been strong so far. I think they're definitely a playoff team.
No, yeah,
Without a doubt.
no, clearly they're a playoff team. It's just a matter of fact if they're a 1 seed team in the East or not.
It's possible.
Because it's gonna come down to them and the Capitals. It's just gonna depend on who just finishes off strong.
I mean, I know the Penguins are a little bit behind in points, but there's still plenty of time. The Penguins can still definitely come back.
Yeah, they definitely and that entire team has the experience to come
Penguins
back
started
too.
off this season really bad too. I'm really impressed with how they've bounced back.
Oh no, yeah, they
to
bounced.
pretty much
Yeah,
be a
their
playoff
bounce
team.
back has been like one of the better ones in the NHL.
Who do the Rangers play tomorrow? Do we know? They play the. Oh, that's a big game. Flyers. You gotta beat the Rangers have to beat the Flyers tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a must.
They overtake them if they beat the Flyers.
Yeah, must win game. I need Eeyore to come back. He's still hurt. He's been out for like
You know
2
what
weeks.
I find so weird?
What?
Do you want to know the goal differential of the Flyers?
What?
It's -14. You want to know the goal differential for the Rangers?
I know it's more than 10.
It's +12.
Yeah.
Their goal differential is better than the Bruins, and it's the same as the Penguins.
This is
and
what I
yet
have to say to that.
They're just so far behind.
Let's just
I
say
don't- I
when
really don't get it.
let's just say when the Flyers lose, they lose bad. That's literally what that is.
Yeah, but that's not even my point. My point is like, why is it that the Rangers have a really decent goal differential and yet they're just so bad?
Well, I mean, 9 goals came from a game, so.
It's true. You're right. Yeah.
And also,
Did
you
that
can say the
game
same thing for the
end
Flyers, but
9-0?
that like still -14. That's garbage.
Did that game end? That was a 9-0, right? Or was it
9-0.
9-1? 9-0. Okay, so then yeah.
But still,
But still.
for even having a positive record and still having a -5 goal differential. That's not good.
Yeah.
That
No, I
means
know what you mean.
they lose when they lose bad, and when they win, they barely win.
I mean, the Devils almost have a better goal differential.
Yeah. That's weird. Goal differential's really weird.
Definitely.
That's one of the weirder stats in the NHL.
I mean, it makes sense though, but
Oh yeah, I get it, but
it's just weird how it works out. I know
exactly.
what you mean.
All right.
Golden
I
Knights
think
still staying hot.
I think
But yeah,
we've-
we can move on.
Yeah, I think we've spent enough time on the NHL. There have been not a lot of signings, but a couple notable ones in the NFL since we've last been on the podcast. The first one being Ty Hilton re-signing with the Colts today. I think that's a really good re-signing for only 10 mil. He's still the Colts' #1 wide receiver, and he's every Colt fan's favorite player. So he has that right for him. The Buccaneers re-signed Ndamukong Suh. That's also another big re-sign for only 9 mil. Because he is a literal tank in the middle of the D-line. He will get to your quarterback in not even 3 seconds. And that's freaking fast for a guy that size. And the final signing is one that doesn't break my heart as a Jets fan at all. Is the Eagles signing Joe Falco. He's going back to his hometown Do I think he's gonna start? No shot. Do I think he's
Where'd he
gonna?
go?
He's going to Philadelphia.
Got it.
Do I think he's gonna start? Absolutely not. Do I think he's gonna be the backup? Absolutely. Do I think he's gonna
You
get
know
playing
what though?
time? No.
He probably will start though with how that coach is over there. He likes to start random guys at random
No,
times.
he got fired.
So you know what? He probably. Oh yeah.
He got fired. So they're gonna stick with
That's right,
Jalen
good.
Hurts, and the only way Joe Falco
Okay.
sees the field is if Jalen Hurts gets hurt, or they start off their year 0-10. Like that's the only way he's gonna get a start, in my opinion. But it doesn't say it was a 1-year contract. It doesn't show. It doesn't. We still don't know how much it's worth. But at least he goes back to his hometown, and I see him in the very near future retiring.
Yeah.
He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback in the slightest. He does have a ring though, so he does have that to his name. But if he does decide to retire after this year, which I can see happening, I'd say it was a very solid career, especially with Baltimore.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And some big information with the Giants is that Kyle Rudolph may or may not need surgery. So that's interesting to talk about if you want to pick
Yeah,
up on
I
that.
mean, well, Kyle Rudolph's a solid player. I think we all know that.
Absolutely.
And if the Giants don't sign him, I think it hurts. And even if he does need surgery, though, I'm just gonna say it right now. I think they should sign him. And this might be a bit of a hot take, but sign him for 3 years instead of 2 years. Give him this year, and try and backload the contract. Have this year be the money, like just really, just don't front load the contract. You know,
Yeah.
just put all the money
Pay
in the
him
back
4
2
mil
years
this
of it.
year and then pay him 10 mil the next 2 years.
Exactly. Sign him for 3 years. You're still getting the 2 years that you wanted.
Yep.
I mean, it's four mil for a player as good as Kyle Rudolph. That's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And
I
if
feel
his
like it'd be
recovery
worth
doesn't
it.
seem like it's going that well, you can always restructure his contract, just like the Raiders did with Mariota today.
Yep.
So it's really not that big of an issue, I think. I think they should sign him for 3 years and backload his contract.
Yeah, something like 3 years, 25 mil. Make the first year 5
Yeah.
mil, and the last two 10. Because in my opinion, he's worth 10 mil as a player. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And with Daniel Jones as a quarterback, I like Daniel Jones's throwing ability. And for a guy that's Kyle Rudolph's size, he'll be able to get anything in a range of like 6 feet. He's freaking, he's huge. I don't think you realize how huge Kyle Rudolph is. He's a
Yeah.
big guy, especially for a tight end. But, oh, and the Patriots did re-sign David Andrews, so at least they have one coming back from last year on their O-line, because they're going to need it with Cam Newton, because, oh my god, Cam Newton was awful last year.
Cam Newton won't be there, don't worry.
Well, I mean, he's going to be in New England, but
Nope.
hopefully he's just not playing.
Nope, Deshaun Watson will.
I actually really want to know what Patriots fans
I'm standing by it.
think about that. I really want to know what their thoughts are on if they should start Cam Newton or not. Like,
They're not. They're trading for Deshaun Watson, just like when they signed Antonio Brown. They're gonna do it. I'm telling you, man.
I mean,
I really believe it. I
Okay.
really do.
all right.
I think it's either the Patriots or the Texans at this point.
I don't know.
But with everything going
Honestly,
on,
dude, there's been too much talk the last 3 months. He's just gonna stay in Houston at this point. There's no way.
with everything that's been going on, the sexual assault allegations. But by the way, at first I thought it was a total just money grab, and now as every day goes on, I'm like, oh, he might have a little bit of a problem on his hands, which he definitely does. Because
No, he definitely has a
it's like
problem.
16 women.
No,
That's.
I get that, but
I think it's true.
it's not. There's no way.
Why?
If they already proved the first one or two
Dude,
were false,
Did
how...
you see the text, man?
No.
I mean, come on. It's pretty real. 16 women? You think 16 women got together and decided to just go for a money grab on Deshaun Watson?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
You think that's more likely than Deshaun Watson actually doing this?
Yes.
Oh,
Not
why?
even 100%, like
Why?
200%.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why? Why?
Just think about it. It literally happens to everybody every year. It happens to at least one person every year, and guess what? 99.9% of it happens.
But not
it's
16
false.
women. Not 16
No,
women.
I
You
get
have, like,
that, but
one,
like it's
you
just
have like
the
one person.
No, I get that, but it's almost like no, because as soon as one person says something so dumb and out of this world, then it's just gonna be a whole line that
No,
comes
but with
flying
the fake,
through.
with the fake ones, that doesn't happen, man.
No,
That really doesn't.
No, it really does.
It doesn't. When's the last one that you can remember where more than that was fake? That more than, let's say, 3 women came out and said that it was true, and it turned out it wasn't.
I I just don't think it's true.
I really do. He's in hot water. He
He's
is
in
in.
hot water. He's fine.
I don't think he is fine.
He's fine.
I don't think so.
Some
I think
big
he's in
statements
trouble.
would have came out already, and like besides the fact that there's 16 different cases, something huge would have came out already. But the only thing that they have on it is that there's 16 different cases, and two of them already got disproved. So 2 of them aren't even real.
Okay, so that's 2. You still have 14 left.
I get that, but like, I feel like if
No,
the
listen,
first
I
two,
legit just think you're going off what his lawyer said, and his lawyer disproved them. Of
I
course,
no,
his lawyer is going to disprove them. What is he going to say?
they were
Oh, yeah,
disproved by
Watson did it.
facts.
Yep, Watson did it. Yep, his lawyer's just going to come out and be like, yeah,
They were
Deshaun did it.
disproved by facts.
Why did Deshaun Watson try to pay them off then?
Just tell them to shut the f up.
If it's not real, why wouldn't he just go to court about it then and try and clear his name? That makes him look so guilty, man.
I don't.
Why would you pay off someone if you're innocent?
Just to kill it, because
It
what's
makes
the?
no
'Cause-
sense.
No, I get that, but it's to kill it.
Yeah, but you could kill it in court and prove yourself innocent. And no, you don't give up money.
No,
It doesn't make
'cause either
sense.
way, you have to pay money, no matter what.
To who? If it's all found out that it was all
the
made
court.
up, who's he paying money to? Okay, but it's not like he's giving away dirty money to keep people silent.
No, I get that, but like, I don't know. I feel like if the first 2 were fake, the rest of them are just a whole lot of BS.
I mean, I guess we'll wait and see, but I think Deshaun Watson is in trouble, and you know who else is in trouble?
Who?
The Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff.
Oh God.
The Blue Jays closer, Kirby Yates, newly signed, I believe, was it a 1-year deal? I think it might have been a 1-year deal. But, yeah, he did sign a $5.5 million 1-year deal, has been shut down for the season. He will have his second Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is rough.
Yeah, that was the last thing that guy needed.
And the last thing that he needed, the last thing the Blue Jays needed, because let's face it, the Blue Jays pitching, not great.
They don't have a bullpen. They just don't.
Not great. They don't have a starting rotation either, man. They got nothing. Nate Pearson's hurt. When Robbie Ray's or no, Ryu, I guess, but when Robbie Ray's going to be your second starter, that you got a problem.
They completely front loaded their team on offense, and that's just not the way to go about it.
100%. And Springer's hurt right now too, but I don't think it's a big thing, but it could turn into that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He had an MRI, and Springer's experiencing some like persistent tightness, but it shouldn't be out too long.
You got to give the Blue Jays respect though, because they made a lot of signings that people didn't think that they were going to make,
Totally.
and they
think-
made the signings they needed to make. It's just that they're starting to become unlucky with all these injuries that are
No,
coming
they
out.
totally came out of nowhere with it, and I think the Kirby Yates signing was great. I think they should have. I never really heard their name and play for Bauer, and I think it probably would have been smarter for them to go for Bauer instead of Springer. I think, but I still not to say that the Springer signing was bad. It wasn't. It was a great signing. I wish the Mets made that signing, but I do think it would have been smarter for a team like the Blue Jays to maybe try and go after Bauer and then sign like a lesser tier center fielder like Jackie Bradley Jr. maybe, or even Josh Reddick, who's still a free agent right now. Why has no one signed Josh Reddick? He's a good player.
No,
Why haven't the Astros re-signed Josh Reddick?
I don't. Unless they have like some prospect that we just don't know about. That's.
I mean, they have
up.
Kyle Tucker. I guess all right. So they got Brantley Tucker and who else in the outfield?
I have no clue.
Let me look this up.
Yeah, I haven't honestly. I haven't been paying attention to the Astros because I just don't care for them anymore. Like they lost all my respect, all my.
Did you ever care for them? Okay,
mean-
so they got Jordan, but he'll be their DH, and they also have Miles Straw. I'm sorry, but I mean, come on, Josh Reddick's better than Miles Straw.
He's probably asking for a lot of money that he's just not worth. That's.
I
think
haven't
that's
heard
what's that's
anything
happening.
about Josh Reddick. I haven't heard anything about what he's asking for. I kind of forgot he was a free agent, dude. I haven't heard anything.
I feel like at this point, if he hasn't re-signed with the Astros, he's just gonna stay a free agent.
Dude, he might retire. Him and Yasiel Puig might go start a bowling club.
Oh, I'm like, it's already
Like,
March 24th. The season starts in 8 days.
I just think it's wild that he couldn't find a team.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same for Yasiel Puig, by the way. I'm shocked neither of them could find a team yet.
What was the team that Yasiel Puig was most linked with this offseason?
The
That just
Braves.
the
He
Braves.
almost
That's what
signed
it
with.
was.
He did like he was about to sign with the Braves, and then he got COVID, and then he didn't sign.
That was in the summer of last year, right? I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. He was legit right about to sign. It was during the season. He was about to sign with the Braves. It was like a done deal, and then he got hit with COVID.
I remember that. Yeah, that's crazy. That him getting COVID literally effed his career over.
Yeah, I mean, I hope for the game's sake because Yasiel Puig is a pretty entertaining player. I hope he signs somewhere. Same for Josh Reddick. You don't want to see guys go unsigned, but
Yeah.
I really just find that weird that Josh Reddick couldn't find a home anywhere. Personally,
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll shift gears a little bit. Continuing with the Astros, however, Mr. Lance McCullers, $85 million extension with the Houston Astros, 5 years, and I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. He was solid in 2020, especially after coming off that Tommy John surgery. He went 3 for 3, which is, 3 for 3 is not great, but I don't really focus on records when I talk about, the levels of starting pitchers, if I'm being honest. He had a 3.93 ERA. Coming off Tommy John, I think that's pretty damn good, if I'm being honest.
Yep.
And when you look at Houston's pitching set, Greinke's going to be gone next year. There's no way he's sticking around. So I think that, keeping McCullers around for the long haul was definitely a good move.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think
And
he definitely.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think he definitely wanted to stick around, and once Verlander comes back, you don't expect him to be back this season. Maybe if they make playoffs, he shows up at some point during then, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
But once you have Verlander back for the 2022 season, and you have McCullers, and if they somehow are able to sign another top tier starting pitcher in the offseason, I think they go back to being a relatively elite team, especially if they can find a way to extend Correa.
Elite's a big word for that Astros team. I
They're
don't know.
good team. You look at that team; they're a very well-rounded team.
I don't know.
They got Gurriel, they got Altuve, Correa, Bregman, Brantley, Tucker, and Straw. That's a good team, and Maldonado, but he's not great.
You were just hating on Straw 2 minutes ago.
Well, no, I said Straw's not better than Reddick, but
Yeah, and that contract I feel like was very fair to both sides of Lance McCullers and the Astros. 17 mil a year, I think is very solid.
I am surprised they gave him 5 years. I would have expected like 3 years maybe, but why not?
Well, yeah, why not? Honestly, yeah.
I don't know if there's a club option or anything involved in that, but I think that's a really good deal.
Yeah.
And speaking of extensions, everyone's favorite
Salvador
team that they
Perez.
forgot exist,
Yep.
the Kansas City Royals have signed Salvador Perez to a nice big contract extension.
4 years.
I believe it
82 mil.
was. Yeah, I believe so.
That's 20. That comes out to 20 and a half a year.
And he has a club option for the 5th year.
Got it.
Yeah, so what I didn't know though, which surprises me, this is actually the Royals franchise record contract, and it's not even in free agency, which is really surprising. Yeah, I don't think you see extensions really break records too often unless your name is Mike Trout or Nolan Arenado,
Mhm. Yeah.
But I mean,
What I didn't
once again,
realize, I didn't realize was that he's only 30 years old. I thought he was a lot older.
Yeah. No,
Because think about
he's-
it. When he in 2015, he was 24 when he won the World Series. I didn't think he was 24 when he
Yeah.
won the World Series. I thought he was like 28 or 29.
Yeah, no, he's
He's a
not
lot
too
younger
old,
than I
man.
thought. I honestly thought he was like 35 plus.
like he might be going into his prime right now. We don't
He
even
might,
know.
yeah.
He might.
Who knows?
Like he's always been a really solid starting catcher. I think he was down a little bit in 2018, 2019,
Well,
but he had
he
a
also
nice
did
bounce
get
back
hurt,
year.
so
Yeah, he had a nice bounce back year though this year. Yeah, he had a really solid year. Definitely one of the top catchers this year.
yeah. Absolutely.
But I mean, I think he knew that his draft value, excuse me, just value in general was high, and he probably wanted to pounce on this extension too.
Oh,
'Cause
absolutely.
I don't know if he gets that kind of money if he has a disappointing season this year and he hits free agency. I don't know if he gets this kind of money from any other team, from being honest.
Definitely. Well, a lot of teams in dire need of a catcher right now.
I don't know. Jeez.
I can't-
Yankees?
Ha ha ha.
I mean,
No one in the AL East. Honestly, no one else in the AL Central. No one in the AL West. Yeah, honestly, not that
you
many
don't think
teams
the
right now
Orioles
need
could
a.
use a catcher?
No, they have that Severino guy, and he's not bad.
Oh yeah. Um, I know the Red Sox don't need one,
No.
and the Rays re-signed Zunino, right? So they
Yeah.
don't need one. Yeah, all right. I don't know. I'm sure there's some team that could use a catcher like Salvador Perez. Let's be honest. But
Well, their dreams got
again,
crushed, so
yeah. Well, I mean, let's face it. The team that could use Salvador Perez the most is
it's the
Kansas City
Royals.
Royals.
Yeah.
So,
He's everybody's favorite player there also. So,
mhm.
all right, so I'll let you take this topic away. Joey Lucchese.
Oh yes, yes, of course, of course, of course. So now, as we know from I think 2 episodes ago, I talked about this with the Carrasco injury. The Mets rotation was looking like Jacob deGrom, Marcus Stroman, Taijuan Walker, David Peterson, and then a little three-way battle for that fifth spot between Joey Lucchese, Jordan Yamamoto, and Corey Oswalt.
Yes.
Corey Oswalt has been designated for assignment. Joey
Nice.
Lucchese has been, excuse me, Jordan Yamamoto has been sent down to AAA, which means that effectively makes Joey Lucchese the Mets' fifth starter, which I think is a really solid move. He's a solid lefty. Don't I believe we acquired him from Pittsburgh or the Padres. I think it was a three-way deal between Pittsburgh and the Padres. I just don't remember where they acquired him from,
Mhm.
but that's not important. He's a solid pitcher. He's been solid in the past. I think he might have been injured last year, if I'm not mistaken, but so were
Yeah.
plenty of other guys that got some contracts, and we're not paying him anything. We're not paying any of those three pitchers that I mentioned anything. We traded for Yamamoto, who's, let's face it, he's been awful his entire career. Pretty sure he had like a 10 ERA last year. So, and then Corey Oswalt, he's all right. I mean, he's a bullpen guy though. When I think of Corey Oswalt
Didn't he
personally,
see
and I'd
major
be,
league games last year?
I think he did. I think he did until we decided to go, or until the Mets decided to go with Seth Lugo in the starting rotation. But with Seth Lugo hurt right now, that's not an option.
Yeah.
Because who knows? Maybe Seth Lugo would have been our fourth starter, or even our third starter if we had him right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that
But
worked out.
I prefer Seth Lugo in the bullpen personally. I don't really know if he has the stamina to throw big innings, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest. But I think he's a great bullpen guy. He totally rounds out that Mets bullpen with Trevor May, Edwin Diaz, and Seth Lugo.
Yep. Yep.
And speaking of bullpen, Justin Wilson.
Yeah.
Now, a few days ago, I'm sure all Yankees fans were very worried because it was rumored he might have needed a surgery, but they could rest easy. He doesn't have to go to the IR with Zach Britton. No, 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 no.
So
He
happy.
only needs medication and rest. He had an MRI. His left shoulder tightness is nothing to worry about. Just medication and rest.
Thank God.
That's all he needs. So I am assuming he should be good for opening day.
Thank God.
Assuming he pitches on opening day.
If we would have lost them, then we would have literally had one lefty arm in our bullpen, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of the better lefty arms in the MLB. Let's be honest, but
Yeah.
I mean one lefty arm isn't gonna cut it.
No. The difference between one and two is just like it's insane how big of a difference between one and two
Well, I mean
lefty
it's a
arms
difference
are.
between 1 and 3 too. They already lost Zach Britton.
Well,
They could have 3 right now, but sadly
I'm
that
just
won't
happy with
happen
two
for
right
a
now,
little bit.
considering the
Yeah,
fact
yo,
that could
definitely.
have been one. So
Hmm.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. Also, there is one more thing I want to talk about before we shift gears a little bit. Trevor Bauer sucks.
Oh
Man.
yeah, did you see him laughing after he let up how many home runs?
Yep. 3 home runs in 4 batters.
Yeah, it's
I believe it
funny.
was against everyone's favorite Seattle Mariners.
Yeah.
I guess he thought that was funny.
Yeah, I think
I'm
he
surprised
started
he didn't throw
laughing.
the ball over the wall.
Yeah.
This guy's a joke. When he hit the batter when he had his eyes closed while he's pitching, you don't do that, man. Especially in spring training, you don't want to risk injury to another player on another team just because you think it's funny that you're pitching with one eye closed. Like I know it gets you media attention, and that's really all he cares about. But come on,
Yeah.
that's a little ridiculous. And I also saw today that the MLB is going to be cracking down on foreign substances that pitchers use.
Wow.
So, and they're going to be like checking out any dramatic changes in spin rate, which is what Trevor Bauer said he was doing last year. He said he was getting he made that point that he was dramatically changing his spin rate by using foreign substances, just to prove a point, which how effective they are,
Hmm.
and who knows how effective he'll be this year, considering the MLB is cracking down.
Yeah. All right.
Ah,
I think it's time to go into our final topic about the Knicks and Nets. Let's start with the Knicks first, because they're just on my mind. They killed the Wizards last night by like 20 points, 18 points actually.
mm-hmm.
Julius Randle had himself a game. RJ Barrett had himself a game. The usuals. 130 points is a lot of points in a game.
Mm-hmm.
So you like to see that, and they verse the Wizards tomorrow, and hopefully they can replicate what they did last night to tomorrow night.
Yeah, there was a question that came to my attention earlier today. Is it time for the Knicks to bench Obi Toppin?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Why?
That's a big maybe. I don't know,
I don't really
cause
know. We're just wondering.
no, like I
Not
can see
disagreeing.
why they don't. I see the benefits of them not and benching him because either way he plays the games he starts and the games he doesn't start, he still gets the same amount of minutes, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the games that he doesn't start, it's just giving someone else an opportunity to go off in the first couple minutes of game.
Yeah,
So it
but I
might
think you
be.
do want him playing with the starters, though, to hopefully put up some point production.
Well, it's considering the fact that really hasn't happened yet this year, it
That's
might.
that. Well, that's why the point's being brought up, I think.
I think it might be time. Give him
Yeah,
5 more games.
maybe just. I'd say bench him next game. Put it in his mind, and then no matter what happens, start him the game right after. Just put it in his mind that it can happen for
Yeah.
one game. Sort of like light a fire under him. You know what I mean?
Yep. Speaking of fire,
Hmm.
Blake Griffin's finally back, and he's starting to ignite that Nets team.
Yep,
They're
big four. That's what I've been telling you.
they're 2-0 with them.
Yep, big four. I've been saying it all along.
Of course, you have
Big
absolutely.
four.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna falter to that. They don't have a big four. It's a big three. With the
With an
eventual
addition
MVP.
of Blake Griffin on the side.
With the eventual MVP of the NBA, James Harden. He's winning it. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. He's winning it.
All right.
Although I could see why the NBA wouldn't give it to him, though, considering the way he forced his way out of Houston.
Yeah.
But just based off production,
And
James Harden's the
what he did
MVP.
at the beginning of the season of being at like a nightclub, with no mask on. There was that
I
too.
I forgot about that, but I don't know if they'd exactly, take that away from him because of that. But
I know, but
yeah,
that hurt his figure.
no, yeah, totally.
But yeah, I think we covered everything. Is that right?
No. Lamelo Ball, as a matter
Oh
of fact.
yes.
Bleacher Report is crying
Yeah,
right
you hate to
now.
see it.
Not only is LeBron injured, but LaMelo Ball is injured. Who is Bleacher Report possibly going to post about? I don't
Zion
know.
Williamson.
I guess it's Zion time. And that must be because LaMelo Ball is out for this season with
I
a
hate to
right
see it.
wrist injury.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. He's not formally ruled out, but I mean,
He was gonna
he's ruled out.
he was gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Oh, 100%.
That sucks. Yeah.
That does suck, especially for such a young player like that with such high potential. But I wouldn't be surprised when he comes back next year. He lights that league on fire.
He
He
might.
actually gives Bleacher Report something to post about. You know?
Yeah. But
Uh,
whatever.
yeah, no, it sucks.
Yeah. All right.
And then I'm not gonna talk about LeBron because I don't care.
Yeah, we know you don't care. We've known since episode 1. And
I guess
we're
Lamelo didn't have that Liam mentality.
no, he didn't. No, he did not. And you know
Nope,
what he's gonna
nope.
need next year? That Liam
What's he gonna
mentality.
need? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yo, Lamelo. Anytime you want to come over, man, I got you. I'll put you on my Richmond.
Absolutely. All right. I think
Open invite.
that's all the time we have today for today's episode. Thank you all for listening on the YouTube channel, or if you're listening live. Next podcast. Definitely not tomorrow. Definitely not over the week. Sunday night,
Try to shoot for Sunday, maybe.
maybe. Sunday nights, maybe. We'll see.
All right, Sunday or Monday.
Sunday or Monday.
Well,
just know
If
for
not Sunday, it'll definitely be Monday.
just know for a fact Thursday, Friday, Saturday completely out of the question.
Yep, that's right.
But shoot for
So,
Sunday, if not Monday, without a doubt.
yeah. So you'll either see it Sunday or Monday.
Absolutely. All right, if you want to talk about certain teams' topics, let us know in the comments below. Cause anything anything you guys want to talk about, we will talk about, and we will go into
Especially
depth
cricket.
as much as possible.
Definitely
Okay.
cricket. I'm kind of been in the mood to talk about some cricket.
Okay, I don't even know how that swear works, but our socials, our Twitches, and our
Really?
Twitters will be down in the description below. Make sure to go click on those links and follow us there on both socials. And yeah, you have anything else left to say?
No, just thank you everyone for the support, and I hope you enjoyed this one.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see you in the next one, either Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
See you, boys.